Isn't it strange that schools don't really cover the world's first human civilization? The Sumerians, creators of things we still rely on, even 6,000 years later. Think about this. Our modern calendar, based on lunar cycles, comes from them. And it doesn't stop there. They also gave us the 60-12 counting system, which shapes how we measure time, angles, and even seconds. But here's the thing. Their rise was sudden, and their disappearance even more mysterious. So, let's dive into 10 baffling Sumerian mysteries that still stump experts today. 10. Creators of first sewer systems, canals, and irrigation systems. The ancient Sumerians hailed from Mesopotamia, the famed Fertile Crescent, and for centuries, their existence was a mystery. It wasn't until just 150 years ago that archaeologists stumbled upon a massive collection of clay and stone tablets in modern-day Iraq. These tablets, over 30,000 of them, were found at the ancient library of Ashurbanipal, alongside the infamous winged bulls. Some say these bulls are linked to the Anunnaki, the mysterious sky gods, sparking endless debate. But the real treasure lies in what we've learned from those tablets. The Sumerians didn't just invent glass and the wheel, they pioneered the sailboat, modern agriculture, and even the plow. They were also the masterminds behind some of the earliest sewer systems, canals, and irrigation networks. Their ability to design such advanced systems to control water between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers is astonishing, especially given how sophisticated their engineering was for the time. It allowed them to farm vast lands and sustain a large population. But they didn't stop there. The Sumerians created maps and established trade routes long before the Silk Road even existed. These routes spanned nearly 1,900 miles, reaching as far as modern-day Pakistan, fueling a rich cultural exchange. 9. The first writing system. The Sumerians were true pioneers. Not only did they create the first writing system, but they also established the world's first schools, where only the privileged learned to scribe. And get this, they created the very first contract. So yeah, those ancient traders were telling people to pay up or else long before it became common practice. But things get even more fascinating. On these stone and clay tablets, the Sumerians didn't credit their own kings or inventors for their remarkable knowledge. Instead, they attributed it to beings they called the Anunnaki, which translates to those who came from heaven to earth. This claim sparked the now famous ancient astronaut hypothesis. You might have heard of Zecharia Sitchin, the writer who championed the idea. Now, while most of us don't buy into all the theories, like aliens building the pyramids, it's curious that the Sumerians themselves believed their wisdom came from elsewhere. Some scholars dismiss this, saying the Anunnaki were symbolic, gods, angels, or something else entirely. But here's where things get wild. The Sumerians wrote about a great flood, a story echoed by over 500 civilizations worldwide. And guess what? Modern science confirms that it happened. Ice core samples from Greenland and Antarctica show that during the last ice age, sea levels were 425 feet lower than today, and massive rapid increases in sea levels did occur. So, were the Sumerians right? Many still call it a myth, but the evidence speaks for itself. Here's another mystery: the Sumerian language. It doesn't clearly link to any other known language, although some think it might be related to the Dravidian languages of India, but that's not proven. What's also baffling is how their writing system, cuneiform, developed so quickly. The earliest tablets already show an impressive level of sophistication, with no clear evolutionary steps leading up to it. It's almost as if this system of writing appeared fully formed. And even after the Sumerians disappeared, their language and writing system didn't vanish. The Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians all adopted cuneiform, keeping it alive for over 3,000 years. Yet, the language itself remains a puzzle, isolated, complex, and surviving long after its creators were gone. 8. Musical instruments. The Sumerians didn't just pioneer writing and trade, they were also the first to enjoy life's finer things like jewelry, makeup, and even beer. Yes, beer. Over 500 recipes for beer are documented in their clay tablets, making them the original craft brewers. And that's not all. These ancient people also created musical instruments, 23 different types, including flutes, drums, and even the harp. But they didn't just make music, they also hosted some of the earliest wrestling or martial arts competitions. With beer, music, and sports, the Sumerians might have invented entertainment as we know it today. 7. Mathematical abilities. The Sumerians also revolutionized math. Instead of the decimal system we use today, they worked with a base 60 system, known as sexagesimal. Why 60? It's highly versatile, divisible by multiple numbers, making it a brilliant choice. This ancient system gave birth to the 60-second minute and the 60-minute hour. Yes, our timekeeping traces back to the heart of ancient Mesopotamia. But their genius didn't stop there. The Sumerians also divided the circle into 360 degrees, a mathematical innovation still used in geometry today. Even the 12-inch foot we use for measurements owes its roots to them. What's incredible is that their knowledge, so advanced for their time, remains a mystery. How did they know all this? That's the puzzle historians are still trying to solve. 6. The King's List. The Sumerian King's List is one of the most intriguing artifacts from ancient history, offering a glimpse into the origins of royalty in the Sumerian civilization. It seems like a straightforward record, listing each Sumerian king and the length of their reign. But as you dig deeper, this artifact begins to pose more questions than answers. It doesn't just mention kings, it also references pre-dynastic rulers, nearby dynasties, and regions of power. Yet, the more you look, the more you realize how much it perplexes historians. This 4,000-year-old cuneiform tablet was first uncovered in ancient Nippur by Hermann Hilprecht, and since then, 18 other copies have been found. The most famous of these is the Weld-Blundell prism, housed in the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford. This piece is a window into ancient history, detailing monarchs from antediluvian, pre-flood, times through the reign of the 14th king of the Isin dynasty. But there's more to this than just names and dates. One of the biggest mysteries is the incredible lengths of some of these kings' reigns. We're talking about rulers like Alulim and Alalgar, who supposedly reigned for tens of thousands of years, 28,800 and 36,000 years respectively. These figures are so fantastical, they seem almost divine, especially since the list starts with the descent of kingship from heaven to the city of Eridu. And these kings aren't the only mythical figures here. The list includes famous heroes like Etana, Lugalbanda, and Gilgamesh, blending history with myth. So, what's going on? Some historians think these enormous reigns are pure fiction, maybe symbolic of the Sumerians' cyclical view of time. Others believe these figures were exaggerated to emphasize the importance of certain kings. It's possible these numbers could have been mistranslated over time, and what looks like tens of thousands of years might represent shorter, more reasonable periods. What makes the list even more puzzling is the mixture of real and legendary figures. Archaeologists have found evidence for some of the kings, while others appear to be entirely mythical. This blending of fact and fantasy raises questions about the list's purpose. Was it just a historical record, or was it designed to legitimize certain dynasties by tracing their lineage back to divine or ancient rulers, giving them a divine mandate to rule? 5. Lost City of Aratta. The lost city of Aratta has captivated historians and archaeologists for generations. Once believed to be a powerful and wealthy civilization in the earliest days of human history, Aratta remains shrouded in mystery. Despite years of investigation and debate, the true identity and location of this ancient metropolis has never been uncovered. First mentioned in ancient Sumerian texts dating back to the 3rd millennium BCE, Urartu is depicted as a remote and prosperous city, deeply connected to the Sumerian capital of Uruk. Trade, diplomacy, and conflict shaped a complex relationship between the two, with Urartu often standing as a rival to Uruk's grandeur. But despite its legendary status, the city's actual whereabouts remain elusive. Some scholars have looked to the Iranian plateau as a possible location, while others point to the Caucasus, the Armenian highlands, or even the Indus Valley. Yet no definitive evidence has surfaced to solve the mystery. Was Urartu real, or merely a myth created by the Sumerians to elevate their own culture? Described as a city rich in precious metals and fine craftsmanship, Urartu's allure continues to draw researchers deeper into history. Could the lost city ever be found? Only time will reveal the truth. 4. Ancient Sumerian seals. Ancient Sumerian cylinder. Seals are small but powerful artifacts that have left historians and archaeologists puzzled for centuries. Made from stone, glass, or ceramic, these seals date back to the very beginnings of Sumerian civilization. While they served practical purposes, securing containers, marking ownership, and confirming documents, they have also sparked curiosity about their deeper meanings and origins. The intricate carvings on these seals are truly captivating. Their surfaces are adorned with detailed images depicting scenes of mythology, religion, and everyday life. The designs often focus on 3 main themes: contests, banquets, and religious rituals. You'll find deities, animals, and humans alongside geometric patterns and ancient inscriptions. But deciphering these symbols has proven to be a difficult puzzle. The exact meanings behind these images remain a mystery. Adding to the intrigue is the craftsmanship itself. The level of detail in these seals is stunning, especially considering their age. Some date back to as early as 3500 BC. The advanced tools and techniques used by Sumerian artists were far ahead of their time. What's even more mysterious is the widespread distribution of these seals. Found throughout Mesopotamia, Anatolia, and the Levant, their presence hints at an extensive network of trade and cultural exchange. 3. The Great Ziggurat of Ur. Standing proudly in ancient Mesopotamia, the Great Ziggurat of Ur once dominated the city of Ur, nestled in what is now southern Iraq. This colossal step pyramid, an architectural marvel of its time, measured an impressive 64 meters in length and 46 meters in width, though its exact height has been lost to history. Constructed from mud bricks and encased in a layer of burnt bricks, this ziggurat was designed to withstand the harsh elements, a testament to its builder's ingenuity. King Ur-Nammu of Ur's 3rd dynasty initiated the construction of this grand structure, but it was his son, King Shulgi, who completed it. The ziggurat was more than just a monumental building. It was the heart of Ur, serving as the focal point of the city's temple complex. Dedicated to the moon god Nanna, the ziggurat symbolized Nanna's celestial home, aligning with his connection to the eastern mountains. At its summit, a small shrine awaited Nanna, where a chosen girl served as the god's earthly companion. The surrounding area included a kitchen for divine offerings, and the outer precinct housed the city's priestly residences and ceremonial palace. Lost to time, the Great Ziggurat of Ur remained hidden until European explorers unearthed it in the 19th century. This rediscovery reignited fascination with the ziggurat, though its true purpose remains debated. Some scholars suggest it was a grand temple or shrine for high priests performing sacred rites. Others propose it had astronomical significance, with its terraces and stairways aligning with celestial events like solstices and equinoxes, fitting given its dedication to the moon god. Another intriguing theory posits that the ziggurat symbolized a cosmic mountain, bridging the gap between heaven and earth, and serving as a conduit for divine interaction with humanity. Despite the myriad theories, the ziggurat's full significance remains elusive. Time has altered and damaged the structure, leaving only the lower layers intact. 2. The disappearance of the Sumerian civilization. The mysterious disappearance of the Sumerian civilization has baffled historians for centuries. As one of the earliest and most advanced societies, the Sumerians excelled in agriculture, architecture, writing, and mathematics, as mentioned above. Yet by the end of the 3rd millennium BCE, their civilization crumbled, vanishing from history with no clear explanation. Some believe that the rise of rival powers played a key role in their downfall. Under Sargon of Akkad, the Akkadian Empire emerged and conquered many Sumerian city-states, creating the first empire in history. This shift in power significantly weakened Sumer's political influence, and later empires, such as the 3rd dynasty of Ur and the Old Babylonian Empire, further eroded their dominance. Internal conflict only made matters worse. Sumerian city-states constantly fought over resources and power, deepening political and economic instability. This combination of external pressures, linguistic shifts, and internal strife led to the unraveling of Sumer's once great civilization. Today, historians continue to search for answers, piecing together the tragic puzzle of how such an advanced society met its mysterious end. 1. Solar System Tablet and the Asteroid Belt. Now let's dive into one of the most intriguing artifacts from ancient history, the infamous Sumerian Solar System Tablet. Take a good look. How did the Sumerians know about planets orbiting the Sun 6,000 years ago? This was way before Copernicus laid out his heliocentric theory, and even back then, most people thought the Earth was flat. But here's this tablet, seemingly showing planets in orbit. So, what's going on? Mainstream scholars argue these aren't planets, but stars. There's even a website, sitchiniswrong.com, dedicated to debunking the theory that Zecharia Sitchin, the ancient astronaut hypothesis guy, got it all wrong. Their main claim? Sitchin couldn't even read the cuneiform correctly. The site says, since the tablet doesn't mention stars or planets, it must be false. But if you look at it, you can't help but wonder, is there something else here? Is this tablet suggesting there are 11 planets? And yeah, that brings up the whole Pluto debate, whether it's a planet or not. Some scientists want to redefine what makes a planet, but that's not the point. The point is, these ancient people were onto something way before modern science. Then there's the asteroid belt theory. Clearly, something massive used to exist there. Maybe a planet or a moon. Mainstream science tells us it collided millions of years ago, but do they really know? To pinpoint that, you'd need so many variables: size, speed, direction. There's no way they can say for sure when it happened. Could the Sumerians have known about the so-called 9th planet we're now looking for? All the data today points to a giant planet, 4 to 5 times the mass of Earth, causing a tilt in Neptune and Uranus. Scientists haven't discovered it yet, but they're hunting for it. And here's this tablet, 6,000 years old, hinting at something bigger. Zecharia Sitchin talked about another planet out there, and now, decades later, we're on the verge of proving it. That's worth paying attention to. And then, there's the Great Year Cycle, an astronomical concept that tracks the Earth's precession over 25,920 years. The Sumerians seem to know about this cycle long before anyone else, including the Mayans. How did they figure that out when lifespans were much shorter and the degree of movement is so minuscule? 1 degree every 72 years. It's mind-blowing. So, with all these ancient insights, why are these tablets ignored? Out of tens of thousands of them, most are gathering dust in museum basements. That's a missed opportunity. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out more of our videos.